ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नारायण परावेदा देवा नारायणाङ्गजाः नारायण परालोका नारायण परामखाः नारायण परो योगो नारायण परं तपः नारायण परं ज्ञानं नारायण परागतिः तस्मात् केन मनसा भगवान् सात्वतां पतिः श्रोतव्य कीर्तितव्यश्च ध्येय पूज्यश्च नित्यदा। जयति जगति मायां यस्य कायाधवस्ते वचनरचनमेकं केवलं शाकलय्य ध्रुवपदमपि यातो यत्कृपातो ध्रुवोऽयं सकलकुशलपात्रं ब्रह्मपुत्रं नतास्मि। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. We are seeing the Narada Bhakti Sutras, and they have completed up to 45 sutras in the Narada Bhakti Sutras, and we are seeing the danger of Dusanga. We are seeing that what are the different types of Dusanga and how it affects us. It induces kama, krodha, lobha in us, and it may be a very small Dusanga for a very short time, but it will be attached to all our evil impressions, and it will come out just like an ocean. Dusanga may be just like a small wave or like a ripple, but it brings out an ocean of evil impressions in us, and we can never leave from that Dusanga. All that we saw in the last video. And how is it possible to cross over this Maya? This world is completely made of Maya, so only Maya will be there. Kastarati, Kastarati Mayam. How is it possible to cross this Maya, Wherever the repetition comes, we must understand that Sage Narada is giving so much importance for it. Kastarati, Kastarati Mayam. Who will cross this Maya? Who will cross this Maya? One who yaha sangam tyajati yo mahanubhavam sevate nirmamo bhavati. He can cross over Maya. Sangam tyajati. Sangam means, as we have seen, it is attachment. This Maya itself, it creates attachment. The main point of Maya is it hides the reality and projects on something unreal in that place. If it hides alone, then it is okay, but it projects something unreal also. So that is the greatest problem in Maya. It continuously changes and it gives different appearances. So we will not know what is true and what is not true. Sometimes in the beginning, this Dusanga will be very comfortable for us, but in the long run, it will ruin us. So it is difficult to find out what is Dusanga. So what we can do, Sangam Tyajati, that attachment should not be there. We can have the object, that's not a problem. Vedanta doesn't say that everyone has to be a beggar and everyone has to beg for food and all that. Vedanta doesn't say that. Everyone can have the object and all the luxuries, but must not be attached to it. What Vedanta says is, that's why we can see that many jnanis, they were living a very comfortable and very luxurious life. They live in a very comfortable situation, but still they will not be attached to it, and not attached to it in the sense. If all that luxuries go, they are not distressed or they do not care. If we are attached to whatever we have, then suppose we lose it, then we will be completely broken. That's all gone. But attachment is that thing that disturb our mind. So that has to be renounced. There should not be any attachment. We are born in this world and we have to live in this world only. Whether the world is good or world is bad, we need not judge it. We have to live here. For that, we need some objects and worldly matters. Only then we can spend our life here. We have to use anything. Can use all that whatever we need, but we should not be attached to it. That's what says Narada. Tyajadi Sangha, how to renounce it? One has to understand the temporary nature of this world. This Maya itself is anirvachaniya. It cannot be predicted or cannot be defined. So one must understand the temporary nature of this world and then Tejati. What all we have, it may leave us the next moment. With that point, with that intention in mind, we can use anything but not attached to it. So it is so easily said, then it is so difficult to follow it. If we see someone following it, then it will be easy for us to understand it and to follow it. That's why the next word Narada gives, Yo Mahanubhavam Sevate, one who does service to the holy men, because the holy men live that way. They may have a very comfortable life, but they are not attached to it. That's the uniqueness of the holy men. Just to see in from the Purana, take Bhagavan Sri Ram. That next moment, he is going to be coronated. That's the initial idea, isn't it? So everyone was ready. Sri Rama was also ready. Sita Devi is ready. But at the time when they entered the palace to take the oath as the king, that time only he knows that he has to take Vanavasa without any grudge towards anyone, without any distress or without any worry or misery or sorrow, anything, just like that. Okay, I will go. He went to that. We went to the forest. So this is non-attachment. You can have the luxuries, but should not be attached to it. Definitely, holy men. They may have basic luxuries or they may live in a very comfortable life, but they are not attached to it. So one has to learn this only by seeing holy men. Even if you read Puranas and Shastras, it will not give that impact for us. But when we see a person living like this, then it gives a great impact, then it forms a great impact on us. So, will the holy men allow us to just learn from them? We have to do seva for them. We have to do service to the holy men. Then we will get the chance of seeing how they live life, what all way they are attached or how they are leading their life. All this idea we get. Actually, Sage Narada got this opportunity when he served the some rishis in a ashrama. When his mother was serving there, he also stayed with there and served some rishis. How they lived, he saw that and observed it, and that way only he followed. So Narada Rishi is telling one must have some connection or acquaintance with holy men so that we can learn from them how they lead life and what all way they react to this worldly life. We can learn from them and it will be of great help to us. Your Mahanubhavam Sevate, one who do service to the great people, that is holy people. Nirmamo Bhavati, what all I have is mine. It may be mine, but it is not me. Even this body is not me. I own this body, maybe. I have this body. I have this mind, but it is not me. I am the Atma. So this is the basic thing. For the body and mind itself it is like that, then what to have tell about the people, the relatives, or the objects we have in our life? All that may be mine, but it is not me. When it is mine, it is subject to change. Its time period is limited, so it may change. It may change the ownership, or after some time, it may be not there. So that concept we have to observe in our mind. What all objects we have or what all relatives we have, it may be either attached to our mind or to our body. We must understand the depth of it and renounce this mamakara also. When there is ahankara, the feeling of I sense, then there will be mamahara, this feeling of mind. So one has to renounce both that. What all we earn or what all we have as mind, one day or other it will give us dukkha. Even when we earn millions and millions of dollars or rupees, one day or other it is going to give us some type of dukkha only. At least we will not know how, where to give this money or to whom to give this money when we leave this body. So that mamahara we can earn, but not be too much attached to it. This mamahara should be tejati, should be renounced. We must respect everything because it is the result of our hard work. We must respect everything but not be attached to it. Not attached to it to the extent that if everything goes in the next moment, we are not losing anything. It happened, it's good. Now it has gone, it's good because we have nothing to lose because I am this Atma. And that we are not going to lose because that is infinite and I am that Atma. So we are not losing anything. The renunciation has to be inside, not outside. Outside we may own anything, but we must understand the fleeting nature of this world, the temporary nature of this world, the value of everything, and should not have that feeling of ahankara or mamahara. Only then we can cross over Maya, says Sage Narada. And in the next sutra, he says how to practice it. Yo viviktastanam sevate, yo logabandha unmulayati, yo nistraigunyo bhavati, yo yogakshemam tyajati. So one has to stay in a secluded place at least for some time. Secluded place need not be a lonely place. We have to be alone, but loneliness is different. Loneliness is when we do not have that feeling of no one is there for me, then we will get loneliness. But staying alone is Bhagavan is there with me. If no one is there, no problem. Bhagavan is there. That feeling makes one to live alone. So one has to live in a secluded place. When there are millions of thoughts in our mind, even when we live in a secluded place or even when we live in a alone situation, we are not alone, we are with the thoughts. That thoughts will disturb us. Some people, even though they are in a group or they may be in a joint family like that, but they will have a very few thoughts in their mind and they will be alone. So the thoughts, that is the matter. It is not the physical way of being alone or being with many people. That is the state of the mind. So one can choose a secluded place. It can be in our house or in a temple or in a faraway place or anything. That is not important, but we have to stay alone. Stay alone in the sense we have to be without these thoughts, without attaching to these thoughts. And there we have to contemplate on what all we have understood. All this we have to contemplate. Only by contemplation, that is nididhyasana, all these ideas will sit in the mind, or otherwise it will come and go the same way. So we have to do nididhyasana, understand the real nature of this external world, and what value we give for that, all that we have to contemplate. So being in a vivikta sthanam sevade, that being in a secluded place or in a place alone, sitting for some time and contemplation is very much important. That will help us to cross over Maya. Not only that, another thing also, yo loga bandham unmulayate. By contemplating like this, one has to root out all the attachment from the world. That is, when we see an object or a person, what value we give for that, that brings an attachment or detachment in us. In this world, everything is equal. It doesn't have more value or less value. It is just like that. But we give value for anything. It may be an object or it may be a person. The thoughts in our mind gives value for it. Sometimes we give more value for it, sometimes less value for that. If we give more value for something, it may be a person or an object, then we are attached to it. If we give less value for that object or that person, then we ignore them or we hate them. But never do we see this world as it is. That's why the great men say we never see the world, we see only the mind. We never see the real world because before that we impose our mind on it and we give a value for it. If we give more value, we are attached to it. If we get less value, then we abandon it, we refuse it. So the right value has to be given, and for this, the contemplation is very much needed. So, like this, by contemplation and by thinking about what is the real value for it, we have to get detached from all these three worlds. Loha bandham unmulayati, root out this attachment from this worldly life. We have to live in this world, involved in all the daily worldly matters, but still not attached to it. So it is a very tricky situation. That's why the Acharyas say we have to live just like how a droplet of water is on the lotus leaf. And the next way of practicing it is Nistraigunyo Bhavati. When we are attached to it, naturally emotion comes to us. We like it. Sometimes if we do not like it, we get anger or what some type of emotion is attached to it. It is not whether it is the person or the object, some type of emotion is attached to it. This emotion comes from the three gunas. So they get detached from the three gunas also. The gunas are also the part of this prakriti. It is the gunas that is in the mind. So one has to contemplate on it and understand that what the gunas play in us and understand it and get detached from it. Nistraigunyo bhavati, detached from the three gunas also. And the last thing, yoga kshemam tyajati. Don't strive, go after this power, money, or wealth. That is yoga, and kshemam is to preserve it. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasade tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. You just keep your mind attached to me. You always worship me and then do your job. I will take after your yoga. Yoga means attaining something. Kshema means protecting what we have attained. Both these are the great problems now. The first is to earn something, attain. Next is to keep it safe. So this Bhagavan will look after it. And so, but we have to think about Bhagavan alone. So what Narada Rishi is telling is, you practice yoga, not be concerned about what to earn money or wealth or anything and to keep it safe because everything is going to go one day. So one must understand the nature of it, fleeting nature of all the worldly things. We can have anything but not attached to it and understand the real value and nature of it and then practice this yoga. That is, practice Parama Prema, says Sage Narada. Practicing many other rituals can help to us to develop our bhakti, but only contemplation, that is nididhyasana, help us to realize the presence of Bhagavan in us. So next sutra, Sage Narada tells more about it, and I will explain that in my next upload. Om Namo Narayanaaya.